Hi there, my name is Gabriel, and I'm here in beautiful Jasper National Park in Alberta, Canada. A chilly day in spring in mid-April. So in this video, I'm going to answer, in my subjective personal experience and opinion, the question of what is the spiritual path? And that is certainly something that is going to be very different to different people. So I would say fundamentally, obviously the first thing in acknowledging spiritual path, spiritual quest is the notion that there is something beyond the physical realm, that the universe is not just inanimate matter that has randomly come together and happened to form planets and galaxies and suns and trees and people, but that there is something beyond the physical realm. So that's kind of the first basic concept. But beyond that, then the question is, what does it mean? What does it mean to me? So what? So what if there's something beyond the physical realm? Well, do we continue on from this life? After this life, is it lights out, that's it, it's over, darkness, it's done? Or do we continue on in some form? And so that's certainly a very important component of the spiritual path and the spiritual quest, is acknowledging the idea that this life isn't all that there is. After this, we're going to move on to something else. And what that something else is going to differ greatly depending on who you talk to, what religion you're involved in, etc. And so for myself, then there is a just acknowledgement that I'm here on this earth, in this body, having this human experience, but there is going to come a time, and that time is not in the future. That time is now. There will come a time now when we will experience moving on from this body and from this realm. And so that's not just something intangible, off in the distance, someday I'm gonna die, but it's unreal. It's not really gonna happen. You can't really conceive of what that actually means. And so I've had various very intense, powerful personal experiences in which I've really journeyed into consciousness to other realms of sorts, and I've experienced the out-of-body state. And so there's no guarantee that that after this then there's going to be something else. I mean, I don't have any kind of ironclad guarantee, but my personal experiences and beliefs say that there's going to be something beyond this. And so my life is to an extent about acknowledging that reality. But then there's another level to this that I want to explore. That's really the main point, which is what is the purpose of the spiritual path? So if you acknowledge that there is something beyond this physical realm, if you acknowledge that maybe there's reincarnation, I believe so, that we're going to have other lives, or that we're going to go on to other dimensions, other planets, who knows what, then what does it all mean? What's the ultimate purpose? What's really the point of yoga and meditation and workshops and all this stuff? To me, it's about the reunification of consciousness. And in the beginning of time, of creation, of God, or maybe there was even something before that beginning, but at some point God decided that he/she was going to have an experience of separation, and so everything in this universe is a result of that decision or choice by God to experience lack of light, lack of love, separation from oneself. And so things have been flying apart in the separation into myriad, millions and billions of stars and galaxies and beings and so the ultimate culmination of the universe flying apart in space is to reunify, and for God to come back into oneness, and for all matter and all consciousness to eventually come back into a state of unity. And so my own personal spiritual approach and path is a mirror of that in terms of bringing ourselves back into oneness. And so it is a process of digging down deep into oneself in order to find the lost parts of oneself that have been scattered hither and yon, and bringing them back into full consciousness. So consciousness is not simply something that is on or off. You're conscious or you're unconscious. There are many different layers and levels and dimensions and aspects to our own personal consciousness. There's emotions, thoughts, feelings, beliefs, memories, etc. And much of this is not conscious. It's buried deep within our subconscious, and we are going about our lives without realizing how our decisions and choices and perspective and experience of life is being affected by these subconscious patterns and aspects of ourselves. And so my own personal spiritual path has been, to a great extent, about digging deep into oneself, finding these buried emotions and thoughts and feelings and belief systems and memories and experiences, and bringing them into the full light of consciousness, so as to be able to reunify oneself with these scattered parts of oneself. And the ultimate goal of the spiritual path of life, as I see it, is to come into a state of real vibration of being. It's not just about having the proper attitude or belief systems, the right perspective. This is all important as well. But many religions, basically all religions, tend to be based on that there is a proper belief system. This is the way that the universe works as we understand it. This is how life should be lived as we understand it. There is the 10 Commandments, or the 5 precepts, or the 108 this or that. And if you just follow these rules, then you will live a righteous life, and you will be happy. But to myself, it's more than that. It's not just about having the right beliefs, the right perspective, even taking the right actions. The purpose is to come into a state of vibrating your being. Our beings are meant to be vibrating with love and light, and it's not just a matter of having the right mental outlook. But when you really tap into these reservoirs of energy within you, emotional energy, Kundalini energy, chi, then you come into a state of really vibrating your being and feeling the wholeness and oneness of yourself, being connected with the universe, because our natural state is one of vibration. The universe is all about vibration. Everything around us is life vibrating, hopefully. Yet to a great extent, then we have become deadened, not as awake, alive, conscious as we could be, because we have so much dead energy within us of lack of vibration, of past experiences that have caused us to become less awake, less aware, because we've suppressed and repressed parts of ourselves, and so we aren't vibrating, we aren't in a state of wholeness and oneness, because we're less alive, less aware, because there's all of this stuff buried deep in our subconscious that we're disconnected from. And so that is the spiritual quest for myself, is coming back into unity, into wholeness, the reunification of consciousness, in order to come back into our natural state. Really is what it's about, is finding that that true, pure essence of being, of just vibrating with the natural flow of the universe. So rambling a little bit here, trying to get across kind of a little bit of a convoluted, complex concept, yet at its core quite basic. We are meant to be vibrating beings of light and love. That is really the essence of who we are. And for myself, coming to that has been a matter of tapping into the deep reservoirs of energy and potential within our own being, and as a result coming more into consciousness, becoming more awake, more aware, becoming more alive. That's really what it's about. Is being more alive, more conscious, more in the present moment. So that is the spiritual path and the spiritual quest as I understand it. Thanks for watching.